Hey everyone, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. I'm back in Portland. As you can see, it's balmy and the skies are gray and overcast, but it was actually so wonderful to step off the plane last night and be back in Portland, even with the gloomy weather. It's good to be home. It's so nice to sleep in my own bed. It's so nice to have Troy comfortable in his own space and bed, he's out of the hospital. We got home last night at 6. He was discharged from the hospital yesterday morning, about 11, and then he got a cab and came to our friend's house where I was staying, and I packed all our stuff, and then we went straight to the airport and got home with no crazy, interruptions, just like the flight to SFO when we were due there 9 minutes after that crash. That was crazy. So, no crazy things happened on the way home. It was really kind of an uneventful flight. He's doing much better. He's on oral antibiotics, no more IV stuff, and it's just I think he'll heal a lot better being at home. But I just want to say we made it back safe. Glad to be home in Portland with the cats and chickens and gloomy weather. Had a great birthday. Thank you everyone for birthday wishes, and I hope my last year of being in my 20s is my best year. One thing I kind of think about a lot is just, I often compare myself to my peers that I graduated high school and college with and stuff. And, and this was in Florida, and, more conservative area and stuff. Before I moved to San Francisco and Portland, before I basically got to live on the West Coast and kind of have that whole life experience, a lot of these people are still living in suburbia, and, they live in the same place we grew up, and they have 2.5 children, are married, and often hate their marriage or unhappy with their lives. And I look at myself and I'm like, I don't have some kind of professional career like them, or, I don't have, I'm not married, I don't have this, a long-term partner, I don't have, I live in a house with 3 roommates, I don't have children. Get down on myself, and I feel like, man, I'm almost 30, I should have these things. But then I tell myself and see that, no, that's what society tells us we have to do. That's, being heteronormative and all these other things. You just have a 9-to-5 job, go to college, get married, have kids. But I feel just being queer and trans and just kind of, even before I even identified as these things, I never wanted to be normal, or, I've always been a little outside the box. So I've been kind of more gentle on myself lately, and in terms of comparing myself to others, because it's you shouldn't compare yourself to others anyways. No two people are the same. Even other trans people, it's you can't compare lives and stories and experiences. Everyone's different. I realized I'm exactly in the place in life where I'm supposed to be. So what if I'm not married, don't have kids, and, I'm not a doctor or a lawyer or something? I have to learn to be happy where I'm at, and I think I'm finally learning to do that. And, giving myself room for that, giving myself that space, and being gentle on myself. I had a friend here tell me, you hold yourself to such high standards, and, you have to kind of be easy on yourself sometimes. And also, being trans and 29, I'm not ready to be married and settle down and have children, because I feel, just transitioning about starting 8 years ago, I missed a lot of those important times, growing up and, kind of discovering my sexuality, in high school and college, and doing all that kind of stuff that you do in those times, and I feel like I missed that a lot. So I don't feel like necessarily I'm at the same level of maturity as some of my peers, but at the same time, there's other levels of maturity, like life experience, or just this whole, gender transition experience has given me, that I am, way beyond them in some ways, emotionally and, mentally. So, I don't know. Life is a balance. It's all a give and take, and I really just come to learn that lately. I've always known that, but basically a lot of lessons and things have been teaching that to me, and I've been more open to hearing it. But, I don't know how I'm going to kind of document my experience in SF, or I've been wanting to write about it. I might do some video logs, but, yesterday we got off the plane, and I was just complete emotional and physical exhaustion. Just seeing your best friend in so much pain, and, being a caregiver is very emotionally taxing and physically taxing, and, everything Troy went through was so hard, and also being back in my favorite city in the world was great, and, it's hard to leave. It's nice to be home. Basically, I'm doing a lot of processing, but I'm feeling really good, in a good place. I'm just glad to be home. So, a little tangent, but my birthday brings up the whole, I'm getting near 30, I'm not, I don't know, I just look at myself and I say sometimes, like, oh, you're not doing what everyone else is doing your age, or, and I kind of tell myself, like, well, maybe you're doing something else and you're kind of taking that chance to step outside the box and just live the life you want, which is hard when society tells you you have to be a certain way. But that kind of is like something I'm all about, like, charting on new territory and just experiencing new things and learning. And I kind of, I don't know if I want that stability, of, I don't know, having a 9-to-5 corporate job and a partner and things that I am responsible to. Maybe I'm just not ready for this responsibility, but I enjoy traveling and seeing the world and being young. And I think in a lot of ways I'm like, oh my God, I'm approaching 30. And, I'm not like ready to be 30. Like, I still feel like I'm 20. But something I struggle with a lot, just not feeling my age, So, sorry if that was crazy and hard to follow, but basically we're home in Portland, got back safe, and it's great to be home. I hope everyone's well. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.